All right, I got Miss Tiny Tiny. Oh no, man. No, man. Here I have her on leash. Anytime she will be jumping, I'm bringing her down here. We're cracking down on the jumping. It's very important that at home you're practicing that. No, ma'am. You're practicing that good. You're practicing that spatial pressure really like hard, a lot, often. I want you practicing this so that way here we can see it. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen a change in the jumping here yet. That doesn't mean that you're not practicing it. She's a puppy. Puppies love to jump, but that just means that's how much you need, the effort you need to be putting through the training. Now, it's not a terrible idea. There's a lot of, let me pull up a chart. This is gonna get chatty. Here, we're gonna teach her how to relax for a long duration of time. Sit, down, down. Oh, no, sit, down. You know down. Good. Good job. Good. I'm gonna give her, oh gosh. Let's see if we can get talking here. Down. I would even suggest putting her on leash throughout the house. Now, people give a million reasons on why that's not a good idea. They're gonna chew on it, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that. Well, A, it's really important with puppies, they're not left unattended. Leaving a puppy unattended, they will do something stupid. Even if they don't have a leash on. They will chew on something, they will pee on something, they have to be attended to. Or we'll talk about what to do when we can't, you have a hair in your eye, you look silly, when they can't be attended to. But I would suggest keeping a leash on her that she drags, right? This doesn't, you hook it onto her collar, but you're not holding on to it. This is just something that is around, so that way when she does jump up, we can pull her down. We need to really start, because again, the spatial pressure, I think you do need to practice more at home with it. We need to put more energy, I need to get more cookies, more energy towards it. But it's becoming like an intense habit with her. So we need to crack down on this, which means no ma'am, which means our consequences go up. Telling her to, okay, go away, please give me space, is much less than me having a leash and me bringing the leash down and pulling her down to the ground. Not pulling her down the ground, basically putting her feet on the ground. That's much more aversive, if you will, than me just asking her for space. But here, we're getting too old right now. People be like, oh, she's a puppy. No, we're creating a habit is what we're doing. Every time she jumps, that's 10 times we have to work on that spatial pressure to undo it. And I mean, just to get her out of her suite, it took 10 minutes. The reason being I needed to sit. I needed to sit before you could come out of the suite area. The suite's like a room with the door. And so I would open the door, she'd jump in like crazy, would shut the door. She'd sit for a second, I'd open the door, she'd start jumping, I'd shut the door. So here we're creating this, we have created this really bad habit here. So I would suggest having her have a lead on, and you're not touching it unless you absolutely have to. She is jumping up and you are bringing her down. That's honestly what I would do. I would do scenarios just like this as well. Say you're watching TV. I would get her, she's not allowed on the couch anyway, so this is a perfect way to control her from going on the couch. I'd have her, let's pretend I'm sitting on the couch, she's on the floor. I want to have her learn how to rest when we're all around. We're all just existing together. Here I'm rewarding maybe every 20 seconds. And the space in between that can move as well, but we're teaching her how to calm down with a severe, like, I have a control here. Like, this gives you no option. This is a very firm boundary. This isn't gonna give you an option to go anywhere else, do anything else, or whatever. This will also help with her peeing, because again, if I have this and you are by me, you jumping on the furniture, jumping on the bed to pee is actually physically impossible, because I'm not gonna take you over and allow you to jump on that bed to pee. So there's that. Now I'm assuming this happens when we're not paying attention, when we're preoccupied. I had mentioned taking a shower or cooking, things that it's not a long amount of time. It takes a good solid 10 seconds of not paying attention to a puppy to where they're going to get into trouble. So there I mentioned the crate. I don't know if where we are with a crate. I don't know if she's ever been crate trained, but I can tell you now, it is an invaluable tool to have. If she has not been crate trained, you've never put her in a crate before, we need to start crate training now, today. Number one reason being, even if you never use it at your house, which we 1,000% should. If we are seeing regression in potty training, we need to use it. But say you do use it for potty training and you even never use it again, you're getting her ready for if she ever has to go to the vet and be in a crate, if she ever has to go to the groomers and be in a crate, which they will. It's not maybe, no, they will be in a crate. And if I don't give my dogs the skills, they're just gonna panic the whole time, they're gonna freak, and then your groomer's gonna be like, I don't wanna see this dog back. So that is so important. So I'd get the crate. Again, I don't know. I didn't ask you if we use a crate or not. Down. Sit. Down. And this exercise, you notice, is a down. It's not sitting calmly, it's you're laying down. That's my down. Good. And you don't get the cookie unless you give me duration of that down. Good job. But yeah, get a crate, start using it for potty training purposes. Here, again, she cannot be trusted. If she is not in the exact same room with you, so like you're watching TV, here, I want her on leash, you're holding it, and you're training her being calm. A, you're gonna get success in her being calm, 1 success. 2, she's not gonna pee, number 2 success. So there's that. But again, let's say you're doing anything else. Cooking, I can't think of anything else other than cooking, doing laundry, doing work on your computer. I can't think of other things that distract people. But there, if I cannot keep my eyes on you and I do not have this leash, because I'm thinking about like computer work, you could literally do the same thing. Have her on leash, you're laying down on the floor, I'm doing computer work. A lot of times people are like, oh my gosh, this is so mean, my dog is laying down. They should, they need to learn how to calm down. So this is actually a perfect time. Cooking, that's a little bit harder, you're moving around, so that's a little bit different. Showering, obviously I can't bring you in the shower with me. So those are the times where you are in the crate every single time. This also makes it great for like when you're leaving. You can trust that she's not gonna get into anything and that she's safe. I'm gonna tell you a story, and I'm gonna tell you this as a caution story, not to scare you, but this is something that happened to me, and I use this to help other people because it is something that I went through. So this was 10 years ago. It was my second to last dog. Down. Good. This is my dog, my second to last dog. I never crated my dogs. They were all potty trained. They never got into anything. I had no reason to, because I thought I had no reason to. I groomed them. I did everything. They never, other than maybe potentially going to surgery. I didn't have them in crates at home because I didn't think I needed it. Well, my dog, very good. That was a good relax. My dog was chewing on his bones that he normally chews on. There wasn't something he shouldn't. It was his bone that was out and about. And what happened was a piece just happened to break off that was the right shape, right sharpness, and he swallowed it and it ruptured his entire inside and he died of sepsis before I got home. So I came home and he was dead. Now, that was like a real eye-opener, if you will, for me. Because my job, or our only, I gave you a cookie, but you didn't take it and you broke it, so you're not getting it. Down. Down. Good. We don't get it just for going down. Remember, you need to give me duration for it. It was really eye-opening for me because my one and only job was to keep you safe. As the human, as the higher intelligence species who understands human life or human society and everything that goes on in human life, and you don't, that's my job, is to keep you safe, and I didn't. I failed at the one job I was supposed to do because, I'll be honest, there were times I wouldn't put my dogs in crates because I felt guilty that they would have to be in their crates for a long time. There were other reasons as well. I want you to be able to have fun. So because I wanted you to have fun and because I didn't want to feel guilty, so my feelings, you died, right? So that is a 1 in a billion scenario that would happen to anyone ever. But I use that as a cautionary tale to say things happen, right? Had I changed one thing I did, my dog had been in his crate That would not have happened. As you can probably imagine now, every dog I've had since, I've had 2 dogs since, they're crate trained and they are in there every second I am not there. If I'm not there to watch you, you're in your crate, because my job is to keep you alive, and I'm gonna keep you alive. Your happiness doesn't come over being alive. My dog would have much rather loved to chew on his bone than go in his crate, but that killed him. So it's important to say, we think a lot of times, oh my God, my dog's not happy. My dog doesn't like this. And we realize we're actually not putting their needs first. That's us. That's feelings we have. We feel guilty for whatever reason because they're not getting those things. So that all to say, here, it is so important to crate train. I would crate train, and I would teach Tiny to love it. Have it be her favorite place. It's like her bedroom. That's her jam. So that way she feels safe going in there. There's 100 reasons to use the crate training. I have one more example. It's not mine, but with the wildfires in California, I heard a story a lady had posted in a training page. It was one of her clients. Her house was in the area of the houses that were burning down, and they sent in like firefighters and rescue teams to rescue animals that were trapped in the house. Well, what they found, they were talking to oh my gosh, let me try to explain this. The dog trainers talked to the EMTs that were there, and not the EMTs, the firefighters, or the people going in the houses, right? The dog trainer talked to them. And what they said was that dogs that were out and about, like they were kicking down doors, they were opening doors, and what were happening, they couldn't catch them. These dogs were panicky. They would run away, so they would run out the door, which is still safer, but there's you could get hit. You could, who knows, you could get eaten by coyotes out in the wild. But the dogs that were in crates were ones that were able to be rescued and saved and taken to the owners immediately. So do you plan on your house burning down or whatever? No, that's not what this is, but that's just another example of why crate training can be so important. And especially at this age, we're seeing regression in potty training. We need to whip out that crate. Now, if you haven't crate trained, and she's never been in a crate before, or she hasn't been in it for a duration of time, or whatever the case may be, let me know, because we'll go over that. We'll go over the steps of how to properly teach it, because just throwing her in there is not teaching her the skills she needs to be in a crate. So it's really important that if she hasn't used a crate before, let me know, because then the next session, that's all we're gonna do is that crate training. But I want you to do this, although it seems like I'm just talking right now, which I am just talking right now, this is an exercise you need to do with her as well. Where you're doing something, I'm not paying attention to her. Here I'm looking at the camera. I'm talking to the camera. I'm not looking at her, not making eye contact with her. I'm giving her a treat every 20, 30 seconds to reward her, to let her know she's doing a good job, but we're teaching her how to be calm. We broke it. We need to get that hammer down. And then we need to try again. So I want you to do this exercise with her, whether it's, again, you're on the computer working, you're watching a TV show, whatever it is. Set time aside to where you're teaching her how to be calm. This is always on leash, because when she gets up, she could have just, especially if she doesn't want to do it at home, get up and run away and be like, come catch me, come get me. No, definitely not gonna make a game of that. But yeah, we're gonna teach her how to be calm like this. Nice. So let me know on the crate if you have not trained it, because we're gonna go over that next week. I'll bring a crate in. I will show you the exact steps to do. If you have, go back to using it. Especially with regressions in potty training, you are going to see regressions in potty training. You're going to see regressions in everything, just like us as humans. I'm not always at the top of my game in everything I do. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm not doing so great today. Okay, let me go back. Let me go over this. Let me review these things as a reminder. So it's normal. It's normal to regress. That's fine. We just have to have the tools to manage when those regressions come. Beautiful. This is perfect. This is the most impulse control that I've seen with her. I mean, I have a whole jar of cookies in my lap, and her jumping, I'm thinking about even last week, the week before, where her jumping was, I mean, crazy. It was insane. Here, she's controlling herself. I'm not mad about this, not one bit. I'm very happy with you. Yes. But I also want to teach another behavior that isn't going to involve the leash. We're not going to use the leash for this exercise. It's for a future goal. The goals, it's going to look like this, but without the leash and more structured. This is an intro to teach that, though. She can't do this. She can't do the next exercise that we're going to teach. So I'm going to explain it before. Very good. I'm going to explain it before we get into it because I still want her to practice this position here. The exercise is called place. Place is an object in which your dog walks over to it. When you say place, they walk over to it, they find it, they lay down on it, and they do not leave until you release them from it. So it's, you find it, you lay down on it, and you stay. So it's a 3-part process. Find it, lay down on it, stay on it. This is the first multi-step behavior we've ever done. With everything else has been a 1-step behavior. Sit, down, touch, focus. Those are all 1-step behaviors. This is the first multi-step. So it's gonna be a little difficult for her. The end goal of this, I use this 2 times on a daily basis, but I use it also all the time, not on a daily basis. I used it yesterday. I had a puppy that came in for training, and that was really excitable around other dogs. So my dog's place is in here, that's the one we're gonna use. And I was able to put the place down and work with the puppy in here, knowing my dog's not leaving that area. I can put my dog anywhere, because that's the nice thing about place. It's something you can move around. A dog bed, a blanket, a towel. It has to be something you can move around because you can take it anywhere. And you know, doesn't matter where, they're not getting off of it. So the 2 places I use it on a daily basis is dinner. When I eat, my dog is on place. I don't like my dog being at the table, putting their face on me. I just like my space. So my dog's place is in a different room. And I tell my dog place, he does not get up until I'm done eating, and then I go over and I release him from the exercise. So I use that daily. Another time I use it is the door. Anytime someone is at the door, whether they're ringing the doorbell, someone's coming in, I'm expecting them, doesn't matter. I'm setting my dog to place. His place is in a different room from the front door. So obviously we're not having any issues of reactivity. Mostly it's because my dog jumping, we nicked that really early. So it's not that he jumped on people, but my dog's a giant breed dog. So sometimes people are just scared in general. Here I take that right out of the equation right away. You're not even by my dog because he is in that other room. So those are ones I use daily. I talked about one is situational. I don't do it daily, but where I can bring him, other dogs can be around, doesn't matter what's going on. You're on your place, you don't move from it. And actually you can check it out. So if you go to Apex Training, his last one, you can see the video. It's on the YouTube channel, and you can see the place training. My dog's in the video. You can see in that session, he doesn't move throughout the entire hour or actually I think I brought him in the second half. So the entire 30 minutes, he stays on his place while I work with this puppy. Another example of when I use this is my kids play all sports. So when it comes soccer and softball season, I go to all the games, and I bring my dog with me to every single game. I bring his place, and I'm able to put my dog on the place, and I can focus on the game. I know he's not going to get up for anything. I have trained it to where you're staying on there, and that's how we're gonna train it with her. You're staying on there. You don't get up for any reason other than me telling you you can get off of this object. So that's the end goal. So the end goal would look like this, except it would be on an object, whether it's a bed, blanket, towel, area rug, whatever it might be. That's the end goal we're looking for. Now we're gonna go in the active teaching of it. Well, first, you have to pick your place at home. I'm gonna use what I use for my dog. You do not have to use that. You get to pick whatever you want. It has to be big enough to where she can lay on it, but it doesn't have to be obnoxiously big, because again, you're not moving. You're laying down and that's it. So it doesn't have to be something giant. Okay, good job, girlfriend. That was really good. That was real good relaxation. So this is what I use for my dog. This is a kids camping cot. Oh my gosh, she held that? Oh, I was gonna pay you. That was really good. You held that for a really long time. This is a kids camping cot. So what I like is, because again, I take this places. I take it to work. I take it to my kids' games. I take it if I go to the park. If I when it is nice outside, we have family outings, going to the park, having a picnic. We have a cabin, so going to the lake house. I'm able to bring this around. I like that it folds up. It's a kids camping cot. Blah, blah. This is what it folds out to be. Let me back it up. Again, you don't need this in your house. People are like, oh my gosh, that's obnoxious. It's huge. My dog is again an XL breed, so he does need this to fit on. Doesn't matter what you use. It doesn't even have to be raised. Like I said, it could be a towel. It could be a blanket. I like raised because there's a very big distinction of you being on it versus you being off of it. So I liked the idea of something raised. They do have actual raised dog beds. Again, this is made for kids. But they have actual raised dog beds you can use. I don't care what you use. You use whatever you want. We're gonna lose our leash today. Okay, so step number 1 when we're teaching place is well, if you're doing it, you're kind of cheating. I want you off of it. Here, I'm going to lure her on. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna lure her on, and as soon as all 4 paws are on, I'm gonna mark, yes! And I'm dropping the treat on the place. It's very important you don't give her the treat from your hand. I want her to know that the value in place, good, comes from place, not from me. And that's huge later. Good. Oh, and here we're gonna pick a release word. I'm gonna use mine, you can change it though. Break, and then I'm tossing a treat off, letting her get off. And then we repeat this. Yes, dropping it on. Break. I don't want her to think she gets off of this by herself. I want her to know that, oh, you're always saying break to get me off. Oh, you found a ball? Well, we're not playing, I know. We're not playing with our ball right now. I know, I'm sorry. Ready? Yes, good. Notice I'm always dropping it on there. Break. Good, good. The reason I'm not saying anything, I'm not saying place yet, because that's not place. Place doesn't stand on it. I'm not gonna say the word until she's doing the full thing that I want. Yes, good. Break. Good. Okay, now I'm gonna need more. Now we're gonna make it look closer. She's gonna have to come up on here and sit. Drop the cookie. I dropped it. Good. Break. Good. Nice job. Now I need a down. Yes. Drop it on there. Break. Good. Good. If she can give this to me 3 times in a row, then I can put a word to it. Yes. Break. So that's 1. Okay, ready? Good. Break. 2. This will be the 3rd if she does it. We're gonna put the name onto it. Good. Now, so there, I want her to know that's what place is. So now that she's doing the full behavior, she is going onto it, she's laying down, and she's staying. It's a brief amount of time, but hey, she's doing it. Now I'm going to say this has a word to it. But I break. I don't want you on there without me telling you. Okay. So it looks like this. Oh, over here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Look at her, she's cheating. She's like, no, it's good to be on here. It is, but not like that. Come on. Good. Ready? Place. Yes. Good. Break. Good. Place. Oh, we got chew it. Oh, I put it on there, she didn't see. Right here. Oh my gosh, it's rolling underneath her. Break. Good. Place. Good. Break. One more. Place. Oh, okay. Yes, good. Good job. It's there, girl. Break. Break. Go get it. Good job. Now I'm going to quiz her. I'm not going to, I showed her, I lured her into a sit and a down. I'm not going to lure her anymore. Place. I want to see if she can problem solve this without me showing her. I'm going to give her up to 30 seconds to figure this out. So here she's wondering why the treat isn't coming and why I'm not telling her anything. She has to go in her memory, see if she can figure it out. This is called problem solving. Girl, you missed it. You're laying on him. Good job. It's the ugliest down. Look how like she's curled up in the tiniest ball, like so awkward. You have this whole room. Break. Good job. Oh shoot, that would go right in that pipe. What are the odds? I guess hi. Did it not come out? Girl, I have other treats. Don't worry about that one. I'll get you other ones. Don't worry about that one. Place. Place. Oh, I've said it twice already. Ooh, you should not repeat yourself. Here, we're gonna do the problem solving again. I'm not gonna tell her. Yes, good girl. Good job. Oh, that's good girl. She gave me that like rest on there. Of course I'm gonna pay you for that. Good girl. Break. Good job. Good girl. Girl, it's stuck in there. It lives in there now. I don't know. I promise I have more. We'll get more. Place. Oh, try again. Place. Yes. Good. Nice job. Good. I'm going to leave her up there for a little bit longer. We're going to build duration, how long she stays on there for. Good girl. Break. Good job, girlie. Good job, girly girl. Good. Place. Remember, this is in place. She has to figure out, you're missing a piece. Good girl. Yes. Good job, girlfriend. Good job, girlfriend. I love that. Very nice. And I'm only doing about 10 seconds of duration. I'm not pushing this, right? I'm not seeing how long you can do it till you can't. I'm just saying I want you to do a little bit longer each time. Break. She's like, I'm not even gonna break. Very good. Now this time, hold on, don't cheat. I know you're gonna cheat. Go find that. Pick it up so she can't cheat. Okay, this time I'm gonna switch it up by, you notice I'm giving her the cookie every time she lays down. Here she has to do the full exercise, which means you need to get on it, you need to lay down on it, and you need to stay before you can get the treat. So you have to do all of that before you get the cookie. Let's see if she can do it. Oh, sorry girl, I stepped on you. Crushed your bones. Place. Yes. We're gonna count to like 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good girl. Now we get a cookie on there, on place. We always want a reward on place. But I'm also gonna give her one to break. Break. Good girl. Okay, let's see if we can do it again. Place. All awkward on it. There you go. Yes, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Try again. Oh, here I was gonna get her off to restart, but we can restart because she didn't get off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, good girl. Break. I know they're tiny, but just go with me on it. They're tiny, like tiny. Go tiny. Woo, woo. Okay. Did I say one last one? Because I lied. This is our last one. Oh, look it, you missed. Look it, there's cheese on the ground. Sugar's on the ground. Cheese. No, not in my hand. Use your sniffer. Girl, it's right here. Right here. There we go. There we go. Heavens to that, girlfriend. Place. We can't even start counting until she gives us that down. So duration doesn't begin until the down happens. And again, I'm not telling her. She has to figure this out on her own. She has to problem solve this. She's a smart lady. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. Break. Good, good. Okay, so when you're doing this at home, you want to take those steps, watch this video and do those steps exactly how you saw them here. Oh, when you're not using it, you should pick it up so that way it doesn't lose value in it. So hold on, I have to finish it one more time. Oh, beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. Good. I know. Break. Good girl. Okay, it's really important you pick up your place when you are not training it in the beginning, because I didn't pick up my place and I started talking about something else, and you saw what she did. She climbed on place. And if I, in my mind, was done training, we're gonna do the calming here. Sit down. If I was like, oh no, we're done training, but she's on there, well, what happens is that loses value, because she goes, okay, well, if I'm not getting anything to go on it, I'm not gonna go on it anymore. So it's really important actively when you're training it, down. Actively when you're training it, you put it away when you're not using it. When you are fully trained in it, she's not fully trained in it, we're not even, that's like step 5 out of like 12 steps. We're not even halfway there yet. Not to say you are not doing good, you're doing amazing. There's just a lot more steps. So that, pick it up. If it's a dog bed, pick it up. If it's a towel, pick it up. If it's a blanket, pick it up when you're not working on it. Just make sure you're spending a lot of time working on it in the beginning, because this tool is so helpful for teaching them to calm down. So see, she's chewing on it. I'm taking the leash and I'm pulling it up. I want her to know don't ever chew on your leash, especially if we're gonna be wearing it in the house. We want to teach her to ignore it. Good job. Here, you notice every time I did that exercise right now, because again, we're in the very beginning stage of this, I was standing right next to the place. That's how we want it to look, where you're standing right there. You could even pull the place up to the couch. You could do this as you're watching TV, sitting on the couch doing this, but you want to be right by the place. What's gonna get difficult though, is eventually, remember I said, it's go find place. And if I'm at the door answering the door and place is in the other room, that means you need to leave the room, walk really far away from me to go to place, right? It becomes much more difficult the more distance we have from place. So that's just to tell you the next steps. Don't try to practice that right now. When you're practicing, you are right there. But the next steps of this, or the future steps of this, is going to be you taking one step back. Place. Good job. Reward. Break. She gets off. You taking another step back. Place. It's getting her used to walking away from you. That's why we have to build value in the place. That's why we're dropping the treat on the place, because eventually she's gonna be leaving you. She's gonna be walking away from you to go to her place. And we want to teach her that the value is in the place, not in me, because you're gonna have to walk away from me at times in which place is actually and actively needed. So just know those are the future steps. Don't practice those yet. Practice exactly what you saw in the video, like literally piece by piece, exactly how you saw it play out. She's wicked smart, and you see she was totally about it. This exercise is a precursor on the duration for the place. So this teaches her how to be calm for a long amount of time, but the rules here are, much more lenient than the rules with place. So this is the precursor, or the prereq, if you will, of teaching place, is teaching her how to be calm, just out and about, how to lay down and calm herself down. This is like maximum rules, because here, I have a leash on you, right? And I'm able to control if you want to get up and move. You can't. Where there, I don't. You have nothing on when she's on her place. There's no walls, there's no this. It's just, okay, have we practiced this enough? So I would practice this on the side, having her just be calm and exist, and then I would practice heavily the place as well. And when I say practice heavily, I'm talking about your sessions, if you will, like 2 minutes, where you're doing that for 2 minutes. Whatever steps you can get done in place in 2 minutes, you put it away, you take a break for however long. Your break could be 2 minutes, and then you can go right back to more 2 minutes of it. It's when you're doing like an hour, that's why we do a lot of breaks in between, because doing non-stop work for an hour, especially a puppy, they don't have that brain capacity. Their brain shut down, it overloads, they become mentally overwhelmed and kind of just shut down and tired. So here it's just spending those couple minutes here and there working on that exercise. Oh, we have the bird here, he's being crazy. Okay, we still have some time. I didn't know where we were with time, but we're cruising here. Okay, kind of want to take a veer here. So remember, I'm going to review really quick. Remember our crate. We're bringing out that crate, whether we're using it or not now, we're going to use it. Because number one for the potty training thing, long term for everything else. And that teaches her to calm down too, being in that crate. So that's good. We're practicing the calm down where she's going to be on lead, and you're going to be able to say, okay, you're down and you need to relax. You're going to practice place where the rules are very specific. You're going on this object, you're laying down, you're not getting off until I release you from your place. Now, I want to go back into leash walking. We talked briefly about leash walking in our last, nope. Down. Good. We talked about leash walking briefly in our, nope. Here she's like, I want to do other things. Non-optional. I'm going to put her back exactly where she was. Sit. Down. I always ask, and then when they don't want to do it, that's when I'm like, okay, you're going into a down there. When we talk about leash walking, I want to talk about it more, and I actually want to do it out and about because, how do I say this nice? It's not that great, okay? We could be better. And she's a puppy, you know, obviously it's not that great. It's 10 degrees outside, so it's hard to practice. So there's a lot of things going against us here, but we need to get her good at it. We talked about the equipment. I don't know if I ever gave you the card of the lady who makes it, but I'm doing that. I'm gonna put that card on there because again, I want that piece of equipment that's going to be right, you know, high and tight where we talked about. Shoot, I don't even have it here with me today. That's okay because our slip lead works very similarly. It's not my number one go-to, but it'll work the same. So we talked about that. We talked about staying on one side of our body. Doesn't matter if it's the left or right, as long as it's, okay, that's the side you're on. She knows when I go out for a walk with mom, this is the side that I stay on. This way we can control the environment. Say there's a dog and she's getting excited. You can use your body and you can turn your body so that way, say she walks on the left-hand side, because that's the side she walks on with me. Say she walks on the left-hand side. If there's a dog walking, I'm gonna put the dog on my right-hand side because you know you can't go on my right-hand side. I set those expectations where you have to be on my, stay on my left side. So it's a great way to control that. So that's rule number one. Here we're gonna talk about more about our body and the things we need to do when it comes to leash walking, because it's not just our dog. It's very easy for us to say our dogs are just bad at it. It's also a human skill. It's called dog handling. Dog handling is the skill of the human. The dog walking is the skill of the dog. And it takes both. If a good dog, like a dog who has good dog walking skills is given to a human who has terrible handling skills, that dog is gonna have much worse dog walking skills. So it's important to have, again, both of those. So we're gonna go more into that. I'm gonna take her out into the Publix. By Publix, I mean out in the hallway. We're getting crazy. Because here, she's calm in here and she's like, cool, I get what we do in here. This, I call it the bubble. Other than the birds screaming half the time, there's not much going on. I control this environment other than the sounds. Everything else I can control. So I set them up for success, so they're gonna win. I want them to win this, but we also have to practice when it's difficult as well. So okay, we're gonna take the camera. Let me get my pockets, some cookies in there. Girl, wake up! Yes, you did your calmness so good, you were sleeping. Good morning. Good morning to you. All right, my slip lead's on backwards here. When I went to put it back on, anyway, put it on backwards. Okay, so again, I think having the right equipment for any job is important. Say you're a hairdresser, and I were to give you a hammer, you'd be like, okay, a hammer is a productive tool, but it's not gonna help me out in anything I need to do. Same here. I need to have the right tools and I need to know how to use them properly, and it has to be the right ones for the job that I want done. So for leash walking, again, I think a modified slip collar for her is the best way to go. I took all mine home, so the slip lead is the next best thing, so we're gonna use this for now. First, we're gonna work on this door. So here you see she's like gung-ho. Now, hold on, I should probably preface this as well. I like going out of a door first, not because it shows, someone told me, yeah, to show you you're in charge, to show your dog you're in charge. No ma'am, no ma'am. Give me a sit, good girl. To show your dog you're in charge and you're dominator or whatever, you're the alpha. No, because my dog doesn't understand the consequences of things that can be out there. I can look out the door and say, oh, there's a dog, probably not a good idea, probably not smart. My dog would be like, no, it's smart, this is fine. A car could be driving by and they run out and they're like, this is a fine idea. So the reason I go out of doors first is so I can keep you safe, because that's my job here. Not so I can be dominant over you, not so nothing, that's crazy talk. Okay, so here we go, enough of my ranting here. Here we're gonna go to open the door. There, she's like pressing ahead. I don't know if I should move this camera, just get it out of my butt so you can see both of us. There we go. Okay, good. I need her not pressing ahead. Beep, beep. Okay, now we're pressing backwards. Dude. Oh, hey, Mary. There we had a person, she got excited. But I want her to know, nope, that doesn't get you out. You notice I'm bringing her back, bringing her back, I'm bringing her back, bringing her back, bringing her back. I want her to know we will not walk out this door until you can show me you have some impulse control. Much better, beautiful. You see how tiny it was? It's not how tiny. It's not like I need you to wait there. I'm walking out and then I can tell you. There, it's just, you can't be gung-ho. Guns a-blazing, if you will, out the door. Okay, we can see the hallway. Okay, so left side. I'm only giving her enough room to stay on that left side. Here, we're gonna walk. Good. It's really important that our arms are loose. I think of it like a noodle, a wet noodle, not like this. I'm not gonna walk like this, where my arm is all tense. Nope, it is like this. My arm is loose, my arm is down. Boop, boop, boop. If she goes to put her head down, you notice I bring her head up. It's a quick up and a release. It's not holding her up, choking her out. It's not that. Good. Good. Oh, sorry. Head up. When you're training, it's very important we keep the head. This isn't a safari. That doesn't mean your dog can't smell on walks, but they can't smell on walks if they don't know the rules first. So we have to have those rules, so I'm keeping her head up. Good girl. Oops. Oh, you dropped it. Good girl. Okay, let's go. Good girl. Oh, we're a little bit. Good. Good job. Or why I don't like the slip lead kind of went around her, or like it's sliding around her head. It's not staying in one place, which I don't like. Head up, head up, head up. Good. Good job. Much better. This way. Beautiful. Very good. Very good. She's not pulling. I want to see if I can entice her to kind of pull ahead, because I want to show you what to do when she pulls ahead. She's not, it's perfect. There she dropped a cookie. I'm picking it up. And she sees a person, so she's barking. It's very important. I decide the walk. So here, reset. She goes backwards and gets into place. I don't know. She goes backwards. I don't know. She goes backwards. I don't know. I don't go backwards because I want her to know, nope, you messed up, not me. If I just change directions, my shoe's falling off. If I just change directions, there's she's pulling ahead, you go backwards. then she doesn't realize that there's a consequence to this. Oh, head up, head up, head up, head up. Good. Good job. Good girl. Head up, head up. Good girl. Good girl. Good. Good. Good job. Head up. Good girl. Good girl. What's that? I ate my hair. Oh, way ahead. She goes backwards, and then I bring her back to my side. Good. And then we can proceed forward. Once, oh, look at that. Nope, you put pressure on the leash ahead. You're going backwards. Good. And then we can start. Beautiful. Very good. That's really good job. Good. Oh. Good job. Good girl. Good job. Oh. Anytime I feel pressure, I'm not letting you pull knot for 1 second. If I feel that, you're going back. Ooh, you're staying on that side. What was that, Tiny? Good. Good. Good job. Good choice. Good. Good choices. Good choices, girlfriend. Well, almost a good choice. Good job. Good job. Good girl. Good job. Good. Good job. Ooh. That's fine. Yes, that was a really good reset. Yes, good girl, good girl, good job, good girl, good job. Ooh, come on, head up. This way. Oh, good, good. That's good girl. That's good girl. Sit. Ah, it's so perfect. I love it. Good job, girlfriend. Let's go. Beautiful. Good job. Yes. Yes. Good girl. Good job. It's so perfect. Oh. She's like resetting herself now. Oh, no. Good. Good girl. Oh, you dropped. Oh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Good girl. Nope, head up, head up. Head up, girl, we're walking. Good girl. Beautiful. Look at that focus. Okay. Okay. I'm not mad. Good girl. There's that good girl. She's like, fine, okay. I'm gonna do the thing. Okay. Hold on. All right, I want to talk about why that's so important. There was a lady sitting right on the other side of the camera. Okay, so that's where you saw that tiny. Tiny, sit down. We're gonna go back out and do it in a second, but I want to talk about why this is so important. I didn't want to wait because I didn't want to forget what was going on. There was a lady sitting right on the other side of the camera, like right on the other side. So I didn't want to like say anything about it because I didn't want to make it weird. But that's what we saw the reactivity start. So the reactivity is the barking, right? Here, that's fine. You can do whatever you want. That doesn't change the rules of walking, right? That's where you saw that where she did the flip backwards because there she was pulling forward to lunge at the person. We'll talk about reactivity too in our session because that's something we have to nip in the bud with leash walking. Sit. With leash walking though, that takes off like, nope, That takes off like 90% when she realizes she doesn't have to worry about any of it because none of it matters. I make the rules, you make the rules. No, sit. Down. Down. Good. Good job. Oh, nope. Sit. So we're having a hard time now. She knows that person is still like, they probably couldn't hear me actually. But here, nope. No. Rules are still rules. Sit. Down. That's that reactivity. Reactivity is simply an overreaction to a stimulus. An overreaction to a person just sitting there. They're not threatening. They're not doing anything. They weren't even looking at you. Here, this is an overreaction to noises. Sit. Nope. But rules are still the same. Sit. We still need a sit. We still need a down. It doesn't matter. I don't care that she hears noises and she thinks I have to bark. Reactivity is going to stop when she realizes that, okay, she's not in charge of taking care of that, if you will. I have to take care of this for us. No, you don't. You have to do A, B, and C. Here, you have to hold that down position, and clearly she's not happy about it right now. So yeah, I want to talk about that. She's doing amazing because we're walking away and then walking towards the person. And that's when you would see, like right when we were close to the camera, she would start pulling again and we'd have to do that resetting. But it was getting really good. She's like, okay, they're no big deal. So that was really hard. That's not something I really planned on, having that person like right there. But I'm glad that was there because it's a really good distraction to work with. It teaches her that I don't care. You don't get to bark. You don't get to decide what you can bark at. I will protect you. I will take care of you. I will let you know if something is scary, but we're going to ignore those things. We're going to ignore those people. We're going to ignore those dogs. I want her to know that out on a walk, nothing matters. They're doing their thing. They're minding their business. We're minding our business. We don't have to be reactive. And especially at this age, we're too young to be acting reactive now because it only gets progressively worse. So we're gonna talk about that, not now because we don't have a lot of time. That's like a whole session in itself. But if you're seeing this at home where we're barking, again, it's an overreaction to something. Hearing dogs, that's an overreaction to bark, to be like, oh my God, what is that? That's an overreaction. To maybe a mumble like, huh, maybe, sure, I can let that go. But especially a person sitting there, not even looking at us, back turned to us, and for her to react like that, we got to get it under control. But if our leash walking isn't good, because that's where most of the reactivity happens. A lot of our house is a controlled environment, like in here, it's a controlled environment. So you're gonna see a lot of that outside of the walk, and people are like, oh my God, what do I do? How do I handle this situation? But okay, sorry, I just wanted to talk about why she was reacting the way she was outside and why it's so amazing, because it's so hard for her, but she was doing really, really good. Okay, I want to continue. I hope the lady's still sitting there. Oh my gosh, why do my pants keep falling off? Okay, ready, Tiny? We're not done. Sorry, I just had to do a TED Talk. What was that? Good. Good job. Reactivity. But here I want to know, rules are rules, regardless of what you think is wrong. Gorgeous. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Beautiful. Oh, you almost lost me. You almost lost me for a second. little hard for her. Good. Good job. Good girl. Ooh. Good. Good choice. That's a really good choice. That was awesome. That was awesome. Okay, hold on. I want to talk really quick about that. So we saw a good reactivity response in there. And you notice there, same rules. I don't care if you think that there's something crazy going on, right? So there she goes, noises, but you notice the rules were still the rules. There she tried to fight it and goes, no, I'm going towards it. And I was like, well, you're not. You're not going towards it. And what happened was after that, the reactivity stopped, right? She goes, oh, this doesn't work, does it? Well, darn. I might want to try doing something else instead. Now, this is probably going to be new for you because handling a dog of this size, and mind you, she's only going to be this size for a small amount of time. She's going to be a big girl. So handling a dog like this versus handling a dog like Peanut is two different worlds. You notice there, it was a lot of quick movements back and forth and in, and I hate using this word, but like I call them toot toot, a lot of, it's not tugging, because tugging would be like a fight like this. Tug, 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 and it's not, it's a quick this. There's a lot of that with our bigger dogs. That's not how we would communicate with our little dogs because that would send a little dog flying out the window, right? So here you're gonna notice you're gonna need a whole new set of handling skills than you're used to because now this is big dog life. This is a different life. This is a completely different a way of doing things than we would do with Peanut. So it might seem different, it might seem harsh, but this is big dog life. This is the tools we need, especially when she's showing that reactivity. We have to show her rules are rules, regardless of what you think is happening. So let me know about the crate thing, because if she's using the crate already and you're just pulling it back out to use it for potty training, to go back on it, great. If it is something we need to completely train, let me know and we'll work on that next week. Also next week, we're going to work on that reactivity. We're too young to be showing that form of reactivity, again, that young. She hasn't even hit her fear periods yet, so like what she thinks right now she's reacting to, it's going to be times a million, and the fear period comes somewhere between 6 months and a year, somewhere between there, and then another one comes at 1.5 years and 2 years, so it gets significantly worse. If we're seeing this as a puppy already, generally puppies have what I call puppy confidence, where they're just like, everything's fine, everything's great, everyone's my friend and I love everything. Well, we're not seeing that here. We're seeing that, hey, what are you doing over there? Hey, what is this? Hey, what is that? So we have to teach her now, mind your business, girlfriend. So we'll talk about reactivity, how to deal with it, how to handle it, how to nip it in the bud, how to prepare for those fear periods, because they happen. Regardless, they happen. Good girl, you're doing a really good job. They happen regardless, they're coming, so we have to know how we're gonna deal with it when they do happen, how we're gonna overcome it, and so that way we're not seeing behaviors that go with it. Because yeah, if we're seeing this reactivity now, if you were to do nothing, this is gonna snowball way out of control and she's gonna become uncontrollable for you. And we don't want that. We don't want that at all. So it starts again with your leash handling skills. I know it seems a lot harsher than probably what you're used to, but again, big dog life. This is a different mentality, a different way, because I mean she's going to be probably 75 plus pounds, and we want to, maybe I would say 70 up, maybe not 75, 70 up though. But I mean that 70 pounds of pure muscle and potentially reactivity, we don't want we don't want to deal with that. It will become unmanageable at a certain point where you'll be like, oh my God, I can't even deal with this. So we're gonna nip it now. We're gonna nip it now so we don't have to deal with the craziness later. But she did amazing. I mean, today versus our first couple of sessions, phenomenal. The impulse control today, oh my gosh, love it. Right here, this ability to calm down. Oh my God, love it, love it, love it. Be practicing this all the time. Because this is the hardest skill to teach right here, and she's already doing it, so I love that a ton. So yep, the crate, remember place, do the exactly, she's literally falling asleep on the floor right now. We knocked her out, she's tired. Do that, practice your leash walking in the house. Just how I was doing it back and forth in the hallway, I want you to do back and forth in a hallway in your house, in the basement. It doesn't even have to be a lot of room. Someone was like, I have no room, I have like 5 feet of space in my living room. I'm like, that's plenty of room. You can take 2 steps, turn around, take 2 steps. Here, we're just teaching her, okay, I need you on my left side. You're practicing keeping your arm loose. You won't have distractions like I have to completely reset her, because, I mean, it's gonna be your house, so there's nothing gonna be that amazing. But if that were ever the case, you know how to reset her to get ready for the springtime when she will be outside walking. The downside of her being a puppy now is this is her prime socialization period, and when we're inside, and that's not to say anything against you, we can't go outside, it was negative whatever degrees yesterday, it's freezing. So, but that is going to make that a lot harder for her when you do say, oh, I'm gonna take her on a walk in the spring, and she's seeing people outside where she's not used to seeing people outside. She goes, what are you doing out here? You're usually not out here. That's when we're gonna see that reactivity tick, if we don't take care of it. But we're gonna deal with it. But I'm really happy with how she did today. I'm really proud. If you have any questions, let me know. But today was super good.